What a go on, dreadies. Dirty immigrant on the scene. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Having a good day. You know what I mean? Now, the thing I want to talk about today is the gun control. This is something I'm going to call gun nuts and gun knots. Now, with all the mass shootings and stuff going on, everybody's talking about gun control. Oh, the government's going to take our guns from us. Or the people in favor of gun control are saying we need to rein them in, get the gun thing under control. Now, I might sound a little bit biased to some people. I'm not advocating taking anybody's guns. It's just certain guns I don't think is necessary. Like the AK-47. I don't think anybody needs to have those guns in their house. There's no reason for that. I could understand you want a pistol for your safety. I could understand that. But saying to have automatic rifles in your house that could mow down people, I don't see the point in having that in your house. I think those should be regulated some more. Now, I've been listening to a lot of who I call the gun nuts talking about how they should have their guns. Now, I heard somebody say, if I was in one of those areas where the mass shootings would happen, or the mass shootings had happened, I would have pulled out my gun and I would have taken care of that assailant. I would have taken him down. So my question to this is this, or my statement to this is this, or my opinion of it is, number one, you're not trained. In a situation like that, there's people running everywhere, running around crazy, trying to escape, find a hiding place. Who are you going to shoot? You're not trained to do this. Let's say you happen to see the gunman across the way. What you going to do? Start shooting and hope you can hit him? Are you going to be brave enough to run towards him? Now, how are you going to get to him with all the people running back and forth? How are you going to be the hero? Are you going to wait for him to come to you? Well, if you wait for him to come to you, he's going to kill several people before he gets to you, so you're not going to solve anything. Now, that's one thing. You're not trained to do that. So pulling out a gun and shooting at random, you're going to kill innocent people. Or he might shoot yourself. The second thing is, once the police arrive on the scene, they're looking for a gunman. You're a gunman, you got a gun. They, in the moment, they're not going to try to decipher who is the gunman and who is the citizen or the good Samaritan. If they see you shooting or they see you with a gun, guess what's going to happen? That is the evil of everybody should have a gun so they could protect themselves. Like in certain places, they're saying that they're giving students, in Texas I do believe, they're giving students the right to carry, open carry, or whatever they call it. So there's a mass shooting on campus. Who is who? Who is the authority? Who is the shooter? Who is the good Samaritan? Just looking for a bloodbath. Same thing in high school. Teachers would carry guns. A teacher could be one of the gunmen shooting. You never know. When the cops arrive, who are you going to go after? Are you going to just hunker down and wait for the shooter to come to you? But in the meantime, he's shooting a ton of people, or as many people as he wants on his way to you. So you're not really stopping anything. You're just creating more problems, And I could see baffled he was, because he wasn't thinking of all of the scenarios surrounding him with the gun. You know what I mean? Now, another thing I hear gun nuts saying is, I need for protection. If somebody come in my house, I want to be able to protect myself. The question I have to ask is, how many people do you know or yourself that have been involved in a home invasion where there was guns involved? How many? Most criminals, they wait until the people aren't there to go in there. You know what I mean? There's very few times that a criminal will just bust in a house with a gun, like it happens every night in your city or your town, your little village. That doesn't happen every night. You know what I mean? Like I always tell people, I'm 52 years old. I'm old. And I've only had guns pointed at me twice in my life. By military people and by policemen. I have never had anybody put a gun to my head or anything or try to steal anything from me. So the chances of that happening to you is quite slim. You know what I mean? You see a lot of it on the news because that's what the news do. They report all that stuff. You know, they tell you all the bad stuff that happens. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed a post on my Facebook feed the other day where this woman was in the house and a criminal came in and luckily she had the gun and all of that. That's not a regular occurrence. Most people are shot by people they know, people that family members, friends. Most people are shot by them, not by strangers. You know, check the statistics. Now, for those who are the gun nuts, I want to call them, the one who NOTS, you know what I mean, the ones who don't want people to have the gun, I totally understand why people would like to have a pistol. It is kind of a crazy world after all. And if they feel safe that way, I say let them. But, like I said earlier, I don't think anybody should have an AK-47. A person come into your home, what you going to do? Open fire? Your kids are there, you might shoot them, especially if you have an AK-47 in the house. They call it a chopper for a reason. Most people do. You know what I mean? The fact that, here's something else I've noticed too. And this is a question I have. Everybody is calling for the guns. I want my guns, I want my guns. And we live here. This is peacetime. Why the craze? I do not understand the craze for guns when this is supposed to be peaceful times. Now, we had some issues in my country. This is a month of commemoration of an invasion and a coup d'etat and all that stuff that happened there. And I remember most people that I know in my village, what they were saying is, there's too many guns, we got to pull back the guns. So it seems like people who are in situations where there's a revolution or a war to, you know, in that essence there, they are calling for less guns. Maybe it's because they see what guns can actually do firsthand, so they're calling for less guns. Whereas this is peacetime. There's no war, there's no riots, there's nothing, but everybody's calling for guns. It's my right to have my gun. Yeah, it's your right to have your gun. I mean, it's your right to go beat up anybody you want, but that's against the law too. So, it's just a touchy situation. I, for one, I don't think everybody should have a gun. I don't think human beings are capable of being responsible, level-headed when they have a gun or any kind of weapon whatsoever. You know, it's always like, well, you could get stabbed too. Yeah, you could get hit with a rock. You could walk on the street and get hit by a bus. You know what I mean? How many times does that happen? No more than getting shot. No, you know what I mean? Crime is crime. Now, I'm not saying ban guns. As a matter of fact, nobody could ban guns. This whole thing about the government is going to take away all guns, that's bullshit. Because guns is big business. You take away the commerce of guns, and a whole half of the economy is going to collapse. Nobody's going to take away your guns. Too much money is being made with guns, especially since you have this fervor about having your guns. I gotta have my guns, I gotta buy this. Some people, you go to the houses, you see tons of guns in the house. What are you preparing for? You're not gonna overthrow the government. You know you're not. You talk, to protect yourself from the government, please. You ain't gonna do nothing. And that's just the bottom line. Now, here's a piece of advice for the gun nuts. Let them have the guns. I mean, look, they decided that they want to stand outside a shop. I don't know if I can't remember if it's a pawn shop or whatever, to stop Muslims from buying guns. What happened? One of them shot themselves in the foot. They decided teachers should carry guns in schools. What happened? One of them shot themselves in the foot. So gun nuts, don't be so upset about it. They'll sooner or later shoot themselves in the foot. Or shoot themselves in the eye or wherever. You know what I mean and thing. There's an old saying that used to be said, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. I don't know if that's karma, I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's just silly. You know what I mean? Let's look back at this. You used to have the wild, wild west where everybody carried a 6-shooter on the side, and they have a battle at the sunset and all of that. There was a reason why they started to have laws for guns. People were just killing each other willy-nilly. Do you really want to go back to those times? Do you really want to go back to people walking around with guns on their side? And if they have a dispute, they go down the street and do a duel? Is that what you want? No, I know. So you all want to go, oh, you don't want guns. Take from somebody who's been in a situation where there was a lot of guns. And I'm not just talking about pistols. I'm talking AK-47s, M16, anti-aircraft guns, you name it. I've seen them in action. It's not as glamorous as you think. For those of you who keep saying, if you just have them shoot, once you get into that position, it's a whole different story, because maybe that person might have a gun on you, but you're still thinking, you still stop to think, because you're human, that you're going to kill another human being. Most people will hesitate. Most people will hesitate, because it's not that easy to kill another human being. So the whole argument is kind of mute anyway, because nobody's going to take away anybody's guns. There's just too much money to be made in it. It's just a political thing right now, just like abortion is a political thing, because nobody's going to fix that. Immigration is a political thing, nobody's going to fix that. It's all politics. So before you talk about having guns or not having guns, talk to people who had to live in situations where there was guns everywhere. Then you maybe get some kind of insight in it. But anyway, I hope you guys, just think about what I just said a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not pro or con, I'm just telling you from my perspective. This is my opinion. Okay? Remember, subscribe for more content, you know what I mean? And then I'll have more videos coming up. I may be doing one about marriage next, so stay tuned for that one. Like and comment. Comment, you know what I mean? Tell me what you think, and we can have a discussion on it, because people are just arguing right now, and nobody's coming up with a solution. And the solution is not whether or not to have people have guns or take away people's guns. The solution we're looking for is to curb the influx of violence on people like this with guns. That's what we have to do. And this whole thing about guns don't kill people too, yes, guns kill. You take the gun away from the person, you're not gonna kill. A man could run into a mall with a knife, he's just gonna get to so many people. People, you know what I mean? So, anyway, subscribe. Hope everything is going good for you guys. Cease the violence. And remember, if you swag peacefully. Have a good evening. Megwan.